That's pretty wild.
You don't get to draw a card. It's not a cantrip.
That's absolutely true. You don't get an additional land drop either. So,
but especially against things like Ravagers, it's very good.
Right.
We go join the game. So in progress on the left side, Jacob Dyer. Vile Aggregate in play along with a Scion token. 4 lands, 11 life points.
So Holcomb has assembled a pretty cool combo in this board here. We see a Girapoo Aether Grid and an Ensnaring Bridge.
So Austin Holcomb maybe knew that this matchup was going to show up today.
This is pretty awesome. This is still a line that is weak against Hurkyl's Recall because you can turn Ensnaring Bridge to hand. Holcomb is, of course, on 7. But Jacob's down to 11. The bridge doesn't stop Vault Scourge from flying in because you just draw a card. The Signal Pest as well, and then the Aether Grid makes another real clock on top of that.
If you look at the Vile Aggregate and Reality Smasher from Jacob Dyer, those don't do anything here.
No, those are too big.
Here's Dismember from Jacob. It'll take care of Signal Pest.
They are not allowed on the bridge.
We maybe spent too much time discussing Jacob's sideboard cards that we forgot about Austin's sideboard cards here. They're holding off now a second Reality Smasher. The Eldrazi just can't find their way under the bridge.
You don't really think about Affinity as an Ensnaring Bridge deck very often, but here we see it put into some really good work.
This is what happens when a deck is 50% of the metagame, is decks start looking like this.
We were talking about the strength of Affinity being its speed. I guess he's just the control deck.
Sure. I mean, we've known that Ensnaring Bridge is good against the Eldrazi decks. It's why decks like the Alex's from Alex Zarowski's green-red Eldrazi deck was seeing plays, because it would be better against what Austin's doing here. But yeah, this is great.
Lining up activations of Aether Grid here. That's what we're seeing.
Yeah. 3 of them at the ready. Jacob's down to 7. He needs Hurkyl's Recall now. I suppose he has one more turn to draw Hurkyl's Recall. He'll take 3 on end step. Jacob will play Sky Spawner. See if Austin takes the bait and wants to shoot the Sky Spawner as opposed to shooting Jacob.
Seems unlikely.
I don't think so either. Three more damage. Jacob down to 4.
Is the flavor text on Girapoo Aether Grid, is it pew pew? If it's not, it should be.
Also, a land will win it right now for Austin, so he could activate both Nexuses and shoot for 4.
Right. Or anything that costs 0. Memnite, Ornithopter.
Cranial Plating will not do it. Jacob gets one more draw.
Right.
Actually, a lot of spells in Austin's deck would do it there.
Yes.
Does he draw Hurkyl's Recall? No, it is Steam Vents. And without an answer to that Ensnaring Bridge, Jacob says, pass the turn, shoot at me.
With the grin, he passes back. He knows what's going to happen.
Untap, and the sideboard is going to send Austin Holcomb to the finals with Affinity.
This is not what I was expecting to see when we panned over there. That's really cool.
Ensnaring Bridge. That's 2 copies in the sideboard for Austin Holcomb. And that's going to be good enough to bring him a spot in the finals.
Was that Affinity or Lantern Control? Do we have the archetype right?
Yeah, I know, right? 2 Gear Aether Grid, 2 Ensnaring Bridge. That is a different deck.
That's what you call a transformational sideboard.
Well, congratulations to Austin Holcomb. And for Jacob Dyer, Blue-Red Affinity, Blue-Red Eldrazi, finishing top 4 in the tournament. A great performance for him as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This was an over 700 player tournament, so making the top 8, certainly the top 4, big accomplishment.